Hey guys, welcome to my channel. You're at the Thrifty Journal Shop. I'm Amber. If you're new here, hello. For all of you guys that keep coming back, thank you. All right, so today is week 3 and we are continuing on here with the hashtag paper bag junk journal prompt challenge 2025. Everything will be listed in my description box. The hosts of this collaboration are BB over at BB's Closet Creations and Cara Mia over at Paper Confessions with Cara Mia. And then there are also other collaborators that are joining in that have channels on YouTube. And then there are others, I believe, that have joined in also. So check out that hashtag, but I will leave all the details in the description box down below. So there are a list of 30 prompts, and I will also list those. So I personally have been jumping around with the prompts. It just happened to work out that way. So I have some today that I have either done or that I want to show you, or some of them I'm going to do with you. So one of the prompts I'm going to complete today is a belly band. So I just took part of my paper sack that I had cut down and I just folded it in here. And then I took my stencil and I took my modeling paste. This is like a medium. And I just did some stenciling on the paper bag. So actually that's 2 of the prompts here that we're going to complete today. We're going to complete belly band and stencil. So I just added some more texture to that. And I thought I would just make a very sort of grungy like belly band. So I'm just gonna add some glue here. Might have to cut it off a little bit in order to have it fit here. And so let's find a page for this. And then I just have some really scrappy hearts. This is actually part of a masterboard that I made with a paper bag, and I just cut a heart. This is part of a coffee bag. I just love the pink there. And then this is some of my painty paper and a magazine page. And I thought I would just make this belly band here so you could somewhat see the texture. We'll try that. All right, I am just going to glue these down here. I'm gonna probably use my tacky glue here. Actually, I think we'll save this heart. This is a little too large. I sort of want to see some of that stenciling. Oh, I like that one. All right. Oh, let's have it go that way. This paper is just some that I actually sprayed with some food coloring. And then I just added another little scrap that I have. And I believe that is more food coloring. All right, and then we have that sort of really sort of grungy, wonky belly band there. Now, let's see. I've got some fun pages I've been working on in here that I'll show you. Yeah, let's add it to the other side of this page. I think I'm going to staple this. Let's just add a little staple here. All right, so then we have that. That turned out kind of cool there. And so we have that belly band there. We can tuck something in there. We might use the stencil again here. Okay, so then I've got shabby chic. Now, guys, I had to look up shabby chic. Like, I know I've seen journals that are shabby chic. They're beautiful. But I just don't know. I've never made a shabby chic. I wouldn't even know how to start. And so I thought, all right, I'm just going to find something that I think is sort of shabby chicish or that looks chic. And so I found her in a magazine and I loved her sweater. And so I added her to this page and I just added some fun flowers, some more texture and elements. So I thought she's pretty chic. So that's my shabby chic. I do have something else that I did for Shabby Chic also. So another one was an interactive page. And so that was another one I had to look up. I was like, interactive page. Okay, so what I did, this is just very whimsical and wonky, and it's sort of like one of those glue book room scenes that you see where nothing makes sense, but things make sense. So I did a fabric house here, and I made her interactive, this little woman here. So she's interactive. You can see she just slides out, and I just attached her to some wallpaper. I thought, well, she can move in and out of the journaling spread. She could move around if she wants to. She's got her little chihuahua there. And so she is just, she's in the house. And we've got some elements here. We've got some children's book pages. I had some fabric for a house, and I did another one of my little whimsical houses here in a bird. So it's very wonky and colorful. And this day, I don't know, I just felt like gluing, and that was very therapeutic. I needed color. I needed to just glue and have it make no sense. So it makes no sense. So that is my interactive, oh, see, she's falling around. That is my interactive page. And this was just a security envelope. I love using those with the little window because then you can like slide things in and out. Then, so we'll check that one off. Then I have a hidden paper clip. So I just took, here's a hidden paper clip. Real simple, guys. I just took a piece of masking tape and yeah, made a little hidden paper clip. And what was cool about this is because I left the tops of these paper sacks open, you can't really even tell. So it is still hidden, and you can move that around. That's just part of a coffee bag there. And I did add art journal here. I like how it turned out. It's just like these are some of my favorite spreads to do, and just add randomness. It just is very carefree, a free spirit, I feel like. And then I do have this other little hidden paper clip. It kind of got gunked up there with the belly band, but and then I just used some packaging tape. This is kind of a wonky paper clip, but it should suffice here. Let's see if we can get it. Yeah, there we go. We'll just add it there. This is part of a masterboard that I made, so that'll move around. So I've got 2 hidden paper clips, so we can check that off. And then a floating journaling card. I guess any of these could be floating, right? Because I guess you can just move them around. But I did create, oh, I have more here. I forgot. This lady, I love her. She's just a beautiful woman. And I found her in a magazine, and I thought she looks pretty shabby chic too. So I just glued her on, added some fun flowers and a butterfly and just some cool words. I did use a lot of magazines in this journal so far, which has been like fun too. And here's just one of my little floating journaling cards. This was in a magazine. I thought it was beautiful. I just sewed around it. I added some of my absolute favorite fabric. And then I've got this little floating card in here. And I just did some journaling. So that can be moved around. I just think journaling cards and tags are so fun because you can make them so personal and unique, and you can use anything and everything. And I think I have one more. Yep, this was just another magazine that I used, and just added a little die cut butterfly. There's no better teacher than adversity. Every defeat, every heartbreak, every loss contains its own seed, its own lesson on how to improve your performance the next time. Malcolm X. I love that. So I just added that. We're just moving along here. The last one we're going to do is mood. And I was thinking, do I have to pick one word for mood? And I was watching a few people do fairies, and it just brought me joy. I just thought of joy, happiness, but it just really brought me joy. It made me smile. And some of those creators I'll mention was Christina Shack over at Christina Shack, Janet Nash over at Janet Nash. I love watching Birdie, the recycled hippie chick. That's Amy. And there are probably others, but I just had the best time the other day just making some really whimsical, wonky fairies. So I thought we would do a fairy here today. So I did a couple. I have a few more that I made. Now these, I just drew some really simple faces, and guys, I just used scraps like wrapping paper, wallpaper, and some puffy little flowers just to add some elements. You could use buttons, like she's got a button for a little belt, and just using all of my scraps. So then I really had some fun. And I'm going to do a whole separate video because I've seen people do paper dolls before, and I'm like, I was sort of intimidated because I'm like, oh, I don't know. Guys, I've been having so much fun. I've got a few in my other journals. So if you don't really want to draw a face, although we're going to just draw a really simple face, you can just take some magazine ladies. And so isn't she awesome? And she's got a fuzzy wallpaper skirt. I actually drew some boots on here. She is way silly because her head is like, she's not proportioned, but that's what's so fun about this is just it's supposed to be lighthearted, free, fun, and just bring you joy. So yeah, I love how she turned out too. She sort of got like leggings with the skirt. I like added different arms, but oh my gosh, yeah, we're gonna have some fun doing some paper dolls and some fairies. So I thought today I've got these ones here, but I thought we would just do one really quick. And then I've got this beautiful book. I love it. Bears. And so bears bring me joy too. I don't know. I saw this page on the bike and I thought maybe I'll add this and maybe we'll stencil joy and maybe we'll add a fairy. I just thought of that as I was putting this video together. Or gathering my supplies. All right, guys, we're going to draw a really easy, simple face. I've got some colored pencils. I'm just going to kind of start with her hair. I'm going to do something different and sort of give some whimsy hair. All right. Now I'm just going to take my pencil and give her a little bit of a shape of a face there. We got a chin. Let's give some eyes. Let's give a little nose and some lips. Okay. Some of these ladies I gave some earrings to. We might do that. I only have like a limited color of color pencils here or selection here. We're going to give her some wild hair. Let's give her lips some color. So we're just giving color. These are wonky. These are whimsical. Everything, guys, if you haven't figured it out, whimsical is where it's at because it's all just about making something fun and lighthearted. And we're not looking for this to be super precise here. Let's give some eyebrows. I thought I had a brown. That's okay. We're working with what we have. Work with what you have. Okay. And then let's give her a little bit of a neck here. All right, guys, I apologize. I just did that one and I'm having to dance around here with the sun. So let's do another one because I think my stand was in the way here. I'm going to start with her hair and I'm just giving some whimsy hair here. Okay. And then we're just going to give her face a shape. All right. And let's give some eyes here. And then let's do a little mouth. Some cheeks. And then let's give her some earrings here. We're not spending too much time on the face here. We just want to give her an outline, a shape. Let's maybe give a little bit blue to the eye. Oh, here comes my son again. Oh, we're just going to have to go with it, guys. All right. maybe some little eyelashes. All right, and that's it. Let's call it good. So we might put a flower in her hair. We can always add a little bit of blonde in there for some highlights. Yeah, let's Dolly Parton her up a little bit. And so we have her face. Now we need her body. And I am just going to I just grabbed some scraps in my scrap bin. All right, we're going to cut her out. And we'll save this little lady for another time. Just gonna give her hair a little shape. So we have the head. Now we want wings. We're gonna have a skirt. Let's see, we want the body. So for the body, I sort of just cut like this oval here. And then I shape it. We're gonna just cut around her hair. Just want her to have a bit of a neck. I kind of do a V-neck there. We're not getting hung up on everything being exact, okay? All right, and then I sort of just shape this a bit, or narrow it down, I guess. All right, there we go. You can do this any way you want. Okay, so we have her body. Then let's see. Let's give her a skirt. And I don't measure, guys, if you don't know. So I just sort of eyeball it. Yep, okay. So we have a skirt. Now she needs some wings. So what I do is like some circles here, just for fairy wings. You sort of want an oval and a longer. And then I just sort of play around and see if those are going to be too big. Nope, those I think are going to work. As you can see, she has all sorts of colors here going on because she's a fairy, and she's whimsical. She's free. She doesn't have to get up and like put a wardrobe together. She just has magic, and so she can wear whatever color she wants. I need something for her legs and arms. So I have this lighter colored wallpaper, and all I do is I just cut off some strips here, okay, for her legs and her arms. And if you want to, you can get some magazines out and add little hands, or you can find arms that are actually accurate. I just like the look of this. So the first thing I do of the wonkiness is I'm going to attach her head here, add a little glue to the back of her body, and we're going to put her head on. I'm going to kind of overlay her hair there. Now she's got a body. And then I think I attached her arms. Add some glue to the back here and attach an arm, another arm. And let's see how she looks. And then you can move things around, play around if you want. Then I attach her to the wings. See, the wings back there. Now I attach her skirt first before I add the legs. So let's add the skirt. Okay, let's flip her over. And now let's add the legs. And there she is, guys. Now what I like to do, I mean, she just turns out so cute. All right, now I like to take these little Dollar Tree paper hearts, or you could have, if you have silk flowers, I'm sorry, these are heart, I keep saying hearts, these are flowers. But if you have anything will work. You can use die cuts. You could use, silk flowers. I've got these butterflies in here. And I just love sort of playing around with all different kinds of color. I think we'll give her, draw a little flower in her hair. I just love doing that. I might have to add some more glue. So there she is. All right, let me move everything, get the journal, and we'll put her in the spread. So we have these fairies on this page. And I think I'm going to leave this page as it is for the moment. I've got this page here with the bear I want to add. All right, I'm going to cut. I almost want to add her because she's small enough to fit there, but her wing would hang off a little bit. Let's see if we can get her in on the page. Oh, we might be able to here. Yeah, so she's flying with the bear. All right, I think she'll fit there. We'll add that, but I do want to add her, and I want to add Joy with my stencils. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Bears have incredible sight. They know things are not what they seem, and being true to your secret heart is the way you become your dream. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. I'm going to have to, when I edit the video, I'm going to write that quote down. I'm going to write that down and put that somewhere because that is beautiful since we're covering it up. All right. We have that. Okay. Just blending in a little bit, but that's okay. I might go around and outline her a little bit. I can do that. Let's see how that will work. I'm trying to see what I have here. Okay, let's just do that. I think that might work. Using my scraps that I have here. So let's glue this down. And we can add her. All right, guys, I'm going to use my stencil. And I'm just going to use my marker. And we'll see how great this turns out. Oh boy. It ran a little bit. It's all right. We can fix it. I used to use stencils a lot when I used to paint wood signs. And I would tape them down. But I guess I'm not patient enough to do that. That's okay. That'll work. We have Joy. The mood today is Joy. She'll fit. She probably needs tacky glue. I'm going to glue her down and I will be back, guys. I found this children's book. It is a fairy tale. And I just thought this little girl looked like a little fairy. And I thought, how beautiful. See if we can add her down here. Oh yeah, add her there. Just got this strip of wallpaper here. I wanted to get rid of that straight edge there. Sort of blend that in. There she is again. Got her with the unicorn. Let's see if we can add her down there. And I did outline her with black so she kind of stands out from the page because all of her colors kind of blended in. Got this other little bear. And I thought he was in another little book about magic and fairies. And he's got this hat here. I don't know. He just looks happy. Looks like he has some joy. And I thought, why not? Let's add another little bear to the page with the fairies. I have some scraps here. I don't know, I just wanted some more texture. So I had a scrap of my fabric washi here. Just love this fabric. So this is the spread for mood, which is joy. And I just thought, you know, these little fairies, making them the other day and watching other people create them just brought me joy. And bears always bring me joy, and bicycles. So, and these little sweet girls here. So there we go with just a fun, whimsical collage. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please go check out all the other people that are creating in this collaboration. I'll leave all the details down below. I hope you find some sunshine, and I hope you find some creative space for yourself. I will see you next Sunday when we continue on with the prompts. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.